basketball, confidence is probably one of the best qualities that you can have, one of the most important qualities that we can have. For a lot of hoopers around the world, myself included, at least back in the day, confidence is something that kind of holds us back from performing optimally. There are a lot of players who maybe don't have the best skills, maybe they're not even the most athletic, but they end up playing better in games, practice, whatever setting, just because they're more confident, because they're more assertive with their skills. And there are a lot of players who are really good, they can do everything on the court, but when it comes time to put that into a game, they just don't have the confidence in their skills, so they're just not playing up to their ceiling. So in this video, I'm gonna give you guys 4 drills that you can do for your confidence. Also make sure to stay to the end for a bonus one that's really important. So the first one here is a rhythm or a music freestyle. There's just something about being able to get in rhythm and feel kind of a rhythm with your handles that helps boost that confidence, at least for me, at least for a lot of players that I've worked with. So one thing I'll usually do is just kind of turn on some music and have players just dribble to that rhythm. All right, this is a little bit tough depending on the song you choose, the speed of it, how you challenge yourself. But I have seen really good results from this. Players just seem to get into the flow state better as they're dribbling to a song. So I'll show you guys. Fortunately, we can't put any of these copyrighted songs on here. I'm trying to stay away from YouTube getting mad at me, but it'll look like this. So a couple keys here. Number one, just try to get into that flow state. Allow the music to kind of dictate where you're dribbling and use that to get in a very confident place where you're just flowing with that dribble. Number 2 is to challenge yourself a little bit. This could be going different moves every time, so I can't do the same move twice. A lot of time with beginners doing this drill, or the first time somebody does this drill, they'll keep it super simple, maybe a cross every time, keep those basic moves going. I would challenge you to kind of step outside of that comfort zone, and again, just flow with different moves. And then number 3 is to go with different types of beats or speeds. I'll turn on different types of music, maybe 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Players will have to kind of form their dribble to those different types of music, and then they'll go into the session feeling a lot more confident. The second one is a super interesting one I got from my guy Josh Fan. It can essentially be just spot shooting, so we're just catching and shooting, or you can kind of go with an intense shoot around, I call it. So just different spots, different shots off the dribble, off the catch, whatever you want. The main key here is that when you're confident it's going in, you're looking away. So we're calling this look away shooting. Now, do I want you going full Steph Curry in a game and every time you shoot and you think it's going in, you're already sprinting halfway down the court? No, not at all. But I do think there is some value to getting comfortable with the fact that your shot is going in and it came off your hand good. That shot feels good, you feel confident in it, and you're so confident in it that you can look away and maybe start focusing on the next shot. Again, this isn't something that's transferable to the game, but I do think it can be a valuable drill, especially for more advanced players who need to challenge their confidence a little bit more. So on this third drill here, you're gonna be alternating your bread and butter shots with shots that are a little bit tougher for you. So you're gonna go from high confidence to a little bit lower confidence. So what I'm hoping this does is with your bread and butter shots, for example, for me, I love getting into this kind of hezzy pull-up. We're building our confidence with those. We're building kind of some psychological momentum as these shots go in. And then we're alternating that with a little bit tougher of a shot. And we're hoping, again, that the confidence from those easier shots, those bread and butter shots, kind of transfers over to the more difficult ones, and we keep confidence at a high level, even as we're working on tougher shots. Easy one, elbow. Tough one. Ah, yeah, good. Ah. Oh, let's go. There we go. So also notice kind of some of the self-talk I was doing in that drill. I make a shot, it's one of my bread and butters. Feel more comfortable here. Maybe I miss 1 or 2 the next one, tougher one. I'm still kind of encouraging myself, purposefully trying to take that confidence and instill it in those tougher shots. So the last actual drill here is visualization. This is something that's probably better done in an empty gym or when you have a court by yourself. but can be done anywhere. This is something sports psychologists, athletes at pretty much every level have dived into a lot, especially over the past few years, and I think it's very valid. So the idea here is essentially recreating a performance environment. So this gym is not an empty gym anymore, at least in my mind. I'm imagining fans over here. I'm imagining players on the court. I can smell whatever I'm gonna smell in that gym. I can hear whatever I'm gonna hear in that gym. I'm kind of recreating the entire environment and then trying to get as confident as I possibly can in that environment.
I'd imagine playing for the Lakers, and I would imagine what the uniforms look like. I would imagine where we'd be playing, and the smell of the arena and all sorts of stuff. And I would see myself, getting hot, and score 10 straight points. So when you download that into your system and you go out in the court and you're just executing things that you've done thousands of times before, and you have that dream, then that becomes possible.
So I want you to almost take those nerves, the anxiety, the lack of confidence, and put that in your brain and then try to work through those things so that when you do get into the game, the performance environment, it's a little bit easier for you to work through these things because you've already done it in that visualization. So for me, for example, obviously I'm a trainer now. I don't really have anything to visualize that is my final goal as a player. But maybe, for example, I'm imagining a high school game. It's packed, it's our rivalry. It's the gym of the rival school, all right? Maybe there's somebody guarding me who's been talking shit, and I'm kind of putting those feelings in my mind of, again, that lack of confidence, whatever you deal with, and I'm having to work through that as I just play, as I kind of shoot around, as I'm imagining certain situations. This could be a game winner. This could be a regular, just kind of mundane, one dribble pull-up. Whatever it may be, I want you to have fun with this. Go for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour. It doesn't matter to me. Everyone kind of does this in a different way. But I think this is a really valid way that you can improve your confidence by yourself. Now the last one, kind of bonus one that I can't really show you guys here because I don't have the resources with me right now, is just playing basketball, right? And making sure that the same techniques that you apply in the visualization where you're working through these kind of maybe slightly negative feelings, anxiety, lack of confidence, you're working through this in a real life situation when you have players defending you. I think a lot of us these days kind of drilled out, we need to play more, we need to work through these things, we need to build these psychological qualities in a live environment. So whether this is playing 1-on-1, 3-on-3, hopefully 5-on-5 as well, you're able to get on the court, work through these things, develop confidence because you see your training working in a game, and you see that in a game you can play well. I think if you do drills like this, it kind of builds your confidence in an isolated way, then you bring it onto the court, you go play with people, you get confidence playing against live defenders, defending really good offensive players, whatever it may be, making shots in a live environment. If you do this is what's really gonna lead to you having more confidence when you actually step on that floor in a real game. So as you guys know, confidence is something I've talked a lot about, continue to talk about. I'll make a part 2 of this video. I'll give you guys certain techniques that you can use just kind of mentally, psychologically, outside of any drills to kind of rearrange your mindset to be more confident on the court. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that. As always, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at ByAnyMeansBasketball for a lot more like this.